up, Slice and Dicers? So today's episode is where we're really going to dive into what world is good for you. You know, you found your DM, you found your players, we've talked about character creation. This episode is really going to be about what types of themes, worlds, systems, everything you can do in the realm of D&D and tabletop. And not just D&D. I know that's something we focused a lot on, but other things we can really break into before as well. So that's our journey for today. I'm actually joined by our friends Matt and Oliver, who you've met in previous episodes, and our first time with our friend Anthony here. And Anthony will be joining us as well. So today's episode, what world is right for you?
Frozen Hellscape.
Oh, God. It's story time, and Oliver's going to introduce our guest today.
Well, our guest, as his first time on here, Anthony, we were friends going through school, roommates through college. Ran him through a bunch of different...
No, that was us.
I've ran him through a bunch of different campaigns, settings, worlds, so I'm sure he'll have some interesting stories for us, the luck vampire that he is.
I guess as far as the luck vampire theme goes, what you'll have to know as a baseline is apparently I seem to roll higher than average a lot of the time. I think the story I'm going to start off with is basically I was with Oliver in college. We were playing a session. We were doing character creation, and we decided, okay, if you roll just normally. If you roll 4 of the same number, that's considered a 20. Apparently for me, that happened 3 times. So my lowest stat for that character was a 16.
All of them were different dice. Once we saw it the first time, okay, we're going to give you this set of D6s. And
Yeah, meanwhile, people like me rolled 9, and yeah.
Oh, goodness. Then you take a minus on that stat.
Yeah,
and
don't let them touch your dice. Just don't do it.
Anyway, I rolled up a sorcerer, and the funniest thing to me was I was a sorcerer. I was actually a dragonborn sorcerer, I think, in the 3-5, and I had a 22 on health, which means that my bonus for health was higher than my health dice. Because in 3-5, I think a sorcerer rolled a D4. A D4. So it's
you
like,
had a D4 plus 6.
It's a ball and sorcerer. Goes into bars and gets in fist fights.
It's basically what happened the first time, I believe. But that sorcerer ended up playing really, really well in the very beginning because
Oh, go figure.
Yeah, go figure,
weird.
right?
That's crazy.
I would walk up to whatever the mob was. If it was a goblin, I think we were clearing out goblins. I'd run up to them.
Poor goblins.
Okay, I do a natural attack with my claws. Okay, it hits. What do I do now? I'm a sorcerer, so I can grasp along with the attack. So, it's an attack which has a pretty good strength modifier, because I think my strength was like 18 or 20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was.
Little known fact, Anthony Sorcerer is also the recommended lethal injection and murder method in Alabama now. So.
But yeah, it was really funny seeing Oliver have to react to having a character that powerful.
It's gotta be frustrating when you start the campaign. I mean, imagine if you have this sort of reality and you're a fighter, level 1. So I mean that means you've spent the last 4 or 5 years of your life. You learned your trade, and you go out and you got your armor and you got your training. You're like, I'm ready to fight, and this just big dude walks up and he's like, shut up. And you're like, no, but I have training. And he just like blocks you and punches you in the face. You're like, oh God, you must be.
What are you?
I'm a sorcerer, bitch. You must be you just be a mercenary for the last 20 years or something? Oh no, I'm 18 and I'm a sorcerer. Get out.
My sorcerer had more health than the party's tank and more armor than the party's tank. I think I had 22, 24 AC, something like that. I couldn't get hit.
I would normally say that's a shitty tank, but no, it wasn't. It was just that.
In that case, you just show up. Like if that were real, you'd show up with your armor, and you're like, no, and you just throw your sword down, start just taking. I give up. I will never amount to anything. I got beat up by the caster.
The sorcerer in Robo shows up. Oh, goblin takes a swing at you. What's your AC? 24. Wait, what?
My AC is
What?
24.
Yeah.
All the goblins systematically attack you at the same time and still miss.
I'm a mini boss.
There's stories told of me.
Level
They
1
called
mini
me.
And that's not even the other
Goblin
time.
children have nightmares.
The other time happened was during a different campaign when I was in one of Oliver's worlds. His dwarves were immune to fire, and pretty much the entire party died except for me and one other person because of fire. And that dwarf didn't take any damage for the first couple of sessions while everybody else was dying around him.
That's the way to go. But he kept low. That's the trick.
Yeah.
It was always over because he had the high ground.
That's true.
That's true. All right, well, we appreciate that story, Anthony. Anthony gave us a couple of little gems there, and I'm going to fear the Dragonborn sorcerer.
Yeah,
death.
dude, Jesus.
It's a good thing I'm a paladin this
I
time.
have never rolled that high. Yeah, like level 15 characters that get their butt kicked by a sorcerer. Just surprise!
It's like I've killed 14 dragons. Not me, bitch. What level was this guy? Was he epic? No, he was a level 1 sorcerer.
Level 1 sorcerer.
What?
CR27.
How many points are in that build? I don't know.
Awesome stuff, guys. Alright, so what I want to talk about first for our encounter today is what types of worlds are available. And I think this sort of goes a little bit along with everything we're going to go over today, but just types of worlds, I would say, come from two different elements. Not only being just D&D, but there are other tabletop games out there.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you play D&D, you have many different systems. 1.0, which was out in like the 70s and 80s. Like my stepfather played it.
Even I'm not that old.
Not my stepfather, my father-in-law. Excuse me, I only have one daddy. But
was that like the Catholic thing? You only have one father.
Shush.
The nun like just beats you for
I
it.
misspoke.
You have to call him dad.
Do you
because
hate all
only have-
stepchildren, or?
No, I don't hate. Oh my God! Now I'm gonna need a shirt that says "I hate all stepchildren." I'll wear it right next to my "It takes someone smart to be dumb" T-shirt.
No, you've got to be redheaded for that. Like that's the everybody's the
I am
redheaded
married to a
stuff.
redhead. I have a red beard,
Well,
but
mine's getting red. I don't know why.
yeah, it's summer, man.
It's the
But
inner
so
hate.
we got different systems. 1.0, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 2.75, Pathfinder 4.0,
Yeah.
which all suck. We just want to believe that didn't exist. And then we got 5.0.
What didn't exist?
4.0.
Oh, 4. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Because that guy everybody played Pathfinder, and then
5.0 came out.
Wizards was like, yeah, we need to make 5. Like that was really bad.
Yeah, and guys, there's all different types of worlds too, from a perspective that, they sort of go down with the different themes. You can have, I've seen systems where it's like the red wall mice, like mice warriors, and I've seen,
Yep.
we talked about in episode 1, the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, where you're Jedi or bust.
Well,
I saw one guy roll a bounty hunter, and then he got into combat, and the Jedis are like, I deflect all the bullets, and then I kill 15 people, and the bounty hunter's like, I shot a guy, and then I got murdered.
We have different experiences.
Yeah, we both
We
were
played,
the
and
only
we were the only
non-Jedi.
non-Jedi in the group, and we killed everyone. And the Jedi were like, "What the hell's going on?" And he's sniping, and I'm like in there with a big, heavy repeater rifle, and all the Jedi are like, "Ah!"
I don't know. I wanted to be. I mean, if my options are carry a gun, which I can do and have done, or blow someone up with mind bullet, like just slap them across the room, I'm gonna
telekinesis, Kyle.
Yeah, it's telekinesis, Kyle. Why would you not? I mean, if you want to be Dayman, fighter of Nightman, you're gonna need psychic powers.
Oh my God. But no, there's a whole bunch of different systems.
Oh yeah.
You guys touched on in previous episodes Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, the grim dark future of mankind.
See, I'm sad that you guys have told me I've never played or done that realm. I want to play an orc, and apparently you can't really play orcs.
Yeah,
so
it's more about the humans.
I just want to believe in something so hard it's real.
Yeah, that's the best part
It's
about
okay.
40K.
Santa is real.
I
Just
know
keep
he-
believing.
Yeah. There was actually, like, one of my favorite anecdotes about 40K is they capture this orc, and they're like, all right, we've got him. He can't do anything. They like take his stuff, and then they take the gun, and they're like, all right, we're gonna check it. They open up. There's like a screw and any random item inside it, and they're like, this piece of junk this never works. So they close. They just throw it, and the orc's there, and he picks it up and just starts shooting them because the orc magic works. If orcs believe it works, it works, and he believes it has ammunition.
See,
It
that's
has
what
that
I
addition.
want to have a character do. Can you imagine how busted a D&D style session is if you believe it hard enough?
Yeah.
Or if you
Like-
can get an entire group to believe hard enough.
And just play 5 orcs
Yeah.
and no DM would be able to ever challenge you.
Yeah, it's...
We all believe in each other that if we look at any creature, it dies.
Well, then it's a part of the player of knowing how to properly roleplay the system because they're not human
Right.
thinking.
Yeah,
They
their
don't-
their entire thought process is completely different.
Yeah, and plus,
See, I
like...
don't know all that. I
well-
just know that if I believe enough, it'll happen.
Yeah, but
Ah.
the problem with, like, 40k, which we'll get into when we talk about that, is everything is worse than that. Like, you can be that strong. Just orbital bombardment. Glass the planet. And then...
Exterminatus.
Yeah, Exterminatus is like... That's like the Imperium's answer to anything. We
Oh,
have a
something's
problem
going wrong?
on
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Exterminatus.
Someone sneezed on that planet.
It's not-
Exterminatus.
It's not even... They don't even ask, like, how many people live there. Like, 3 trillion? Yeah, that's great. Exterminatus. Just nuke, glass, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Like, just so human life doesn't matter in the
We're going to have to do
Imperium.
a whole episode of Warhammer 40k, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it's...
But what other types of worlds can you guys think of? I know that you were talking about one that used the Pathfinder system that's in the sci-fi element.
Yeah, I mean, you'll find rule sets out there for.
Yeah.
Or D20 Modern. Like, I've always had a
I
fun
know that.
idea. I've never really done much with D20 Modern, but, like, you playing your actual self in a session.
Nope.
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 You wouldn't want to be yourself?
That's why I play D&D. Like, I have to... I've worked... in the military as a linguist, so I worked in the intel field. And, like, it's thinking all day. And then I started going to college when I got out. And, like, all the work I've done in my life has been exercises in, like, futility, but they're mental. Like, they're just... Like, you keep thinking. So that's why my favorite character is the big dumb orc. Because all day I'm like, I got to think to solve these problems, and I can just come in here and
I want to hit something with my
yeah,
sword.
like I grab a stick and like one of my favorite things to do. My friend started me on this trend is when you play a big dumb orc and you're in slow enough. If the party's doing something diplomatic, I count, and in about a minute or every 2 minutes in game, I just roll a die. And if I fail like the willpower check, I'm like, I leave. Or I'll hit someone. Like, just, you cause problems because you guys, like, dumb and bored.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, that's I mean, that's why a lot of people play D&D those
That's
days.
true. I'm just saying, D20 Modern, you have the ability to do all that
It's
stuff.
D20
yeah.
Modern's, you know, playing in the modern time,
And
modern guns.
But I can already do that.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go to prison.
Not, well, then you can play D&D in
That's why
prison.
you play D&D in prison.
I grab my shank and I kill this weird person.
We're joking about every D&D session in prison.
Lawson.
Yeah, every D&D
Oh,
session in
Josh.
prison is just them secretly planning their escape.
Yeah, I think there's a tunnel going there. I wonder if you
joking.
should get in it at 6
like-
o'clock this afternoon.
Aren't these characters, like the guards are like talking, like, aren't these characters 9th level? Why are they all still using sharpened toothpicks and like, sharpened toothbrushes and spoons?
They're stuck in prison.
And it's like, I don't know, Johnson. I heard them the other day. They were like killing this character named Lonson, and they stabbed him 47 times. I was like, yeah, I wonder.
I'm pretty sure the cleric brought him back so they could kill him again.
But no, guys, everything out there, it's super cool. There's remember, God, about 6 or 7 years ago, the huge like fascination with vampires and werewolves, sort of with Twilight, and that kind of thing. There was a lot of tabletop stuff. As much as it might pain you and make you want to choke to death, there was a lot of tabletop stuff out there devoted to.
I don't know why that started. So I tried to read those books. I got like 2 pages in, and there were like, you have editors. Did they not? Anyway.
50 Shades of Grey is one of the top selling books around, and it was just Twilight fanfic. They changed the names.
Read like Lord of the Rings, and then go read.
Yeah, but most people,
Any
when I
of
hand
those
them Lord of the
books.
Rings, would like fall asleep. I love it, but
Well, it's
There's
not
a
Tolkien
couple
English
points,
is kind of
yeah.
different.
it's good writing versus bad writing.
all right. Well, what do you, I don't have as much experience with rules. I'm really stuck to D&D.
I do a lot of
Oh,
stuff
Hero
outside
Quest.
of that.
That's true.
Hero Quest is fun. You did a really good job running that, but I've done a lot of homebrew stuff, which you don't really get into until you've had a lot more experience. But like I've done, we did one campaign where it was, we were going after the gods, and so we started small, and like we tried to curry favor with like these minor gods, and then we'd go try to kill bigger ones and stuff like that. So it had its own
Called
rule
it
sets.
Gotta Get Him.
Gotta get him.
Gotta get him.
And then we did Dante's Inferno.
Oh,
and we went
yeah.
down and got.
I would have English flashbacks.
Yeah, it was really good. Then I mentioned once we did the One Piece campaign, and I've done a number of things like that. And then you can find,
Yeah, there's a ton of different stuff out there.
yeah,
Though
there's-
I've never actually finished a campaign that wasn't like a regular D&D campaign.
yeah.
I played the Pokemon tabletop a couple games. We never finished it.
I haven't heard of that.
I have planned to play
How do you do
Pokemon
that?
tabletop.
Like what? I mean,
It's a D20 based system,
yeah, I mean, but you got Pokemon.
right? It's
Or
a lot
Pokemans.
it's a lot more work on the DM because they basically control everybody who's not you.
Because it's thinking of
So-
a ranger and has
Yeah, it's-
7 pets.
yeah, it's like a-
has,
exactly.
Everyone has 7 pets on the field, so.
Oh, see, I would do the fun thing and just everybody has to wear earmuffs, and then as the DM, I'm Ash, and like each one of you have a character sheet and you're that Pokemon, and I'll just randomly be like tap you on the shoulder. You gotta take the blindfold and there's like a picture in front of you. You got 10 seconds. What do you do? I've got
Flamethrower.
slash. It's ineffective. What do you do? Fire breath. You die. Put the headphones back on. Daniel. You're
No, no,
Pikachu.
I'm
What
really
do you
excited.
do?
I'm really excited to actually run a session of that eventually. I had planned on this summer and then got crazy busy. But actually, we had already talked about picking a type. We're gonna have everybody pick a type, specialize in that particular type, go off, and then come back and be gym leaders for this thing, which was
I was going to
interesting.
be a martial
I like
artist and
that.
punch other Pokemon, so mine didn't have to.
Yeah.
You wanted to use the Aiga Slash, the sword one, and just like beat other Pokemon
Nah, I was
with it.
fighting.
He was just gonna punch people in the face.
Yeah.
You're supposed to knock them unconscious, not murder them.
That's the thing. You do knock them unconscious. You can
And
die,
then
but it's
murder
really
them.
really hard.
So I don't know. That just seems weird because like Pokemon battles are typically 1-on-1 or like 2-on-2. And then
Yeah,
you
this one is, if you've ever read the manga, it's more like that, where the trainers are actually active too.
I haven't read that.
There's a lot of stuff going on at once. Essentially, every combat is a large combat.
There's only like 3 mangas I keep up with. One Punch, which is amazing. Hunter
Yeah.
x Hunter, which that's super good.
There's apparently a lot of people angry. They sort of stop for a second.
Well, the guy's sick. I think he has some health problems, but that's real well written. And then One Punch, which is only for people that are like weeaboo type, where you like you know enough about animes and stuff that
You know the
get the
jokes.
joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a set for everything. Like there's
Yeah.
sets for D6s. There's D100 sets. There's D20 sets.
It's not even just PVE either. I've played in PvP campaigns, and those can be pretty fun too.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite things to do if you ever get a friend who can come into a session is have them be your boss. to
Oh,
fight your
yeah.
Oh
party.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, it's super cool.
Or
Special
NPCs, or get them,
Mm.
or tell them that they are going to join the campaign. You tell the players they are going to join the campaign, but you make them the evil character that's also the boss, and then they don't know that, and then at the end, like they start fighting one of the people. Like, what do we do? It's like, I don't know. That's weird. Why would he do that?
I have the spoiler for you eventually. I'm going to have Matt guest star with our regular cast and come in and be the boss of our session.
That's cruel.
I
That
think
is
it's gonna be
cruel.
fun.
I am scared right now.
It's going to be fun.
I have
See,
the
if you
beard
do
of
that,
power.
you have to do body swapping too, just to make it that much more.
Oh yeah, everybody has to pass your character sheet across the table.
That's always a
Oh
fun
no!
one. You are now this person's character.
Ooh,
I want to see someone
that's fun.
try to imitate Ulysses' voice.
Ulysses Latau.
Oh, yes.
Racism in a can.
Every time he talks, I just imagine DiCaprio from Django. All right,
Oh man.
what other things would you guys bring up when you're talking about types of world, themes for world, rules? Like,
Timing, like time period. So you get a lot of people that are very pro gun. They want like projectiles, and that's usually for the 40K universe. But the problem is a lot of rule sets don't work with that, like because they have armor class, and like even your Dragonborn sorcerer doesn't even have 20 health. Like so he
Nope.
starts off with like 10, 11 health. Guns are guns. They do like D10 damage, and like I shoot him once, I do 15 damage. He's dead. And it's just okay. And I mean it's real, but because like if you shoot someone in the chest with a shotgun, they're gonna die. But you don't want your players to show up in the session with like 3 character sheets and just like crying with a pencil, just waiting to roll the new one.
If you're playing the 40k as an Imperial Guard, that's actually probably how it's going to go.
Yeah, yeah. That when no one plays, they play this Rogue Trader where you're a little weaker, but they're better than Imperial Guard.
That's true.
But it's 40k can get like that. I was in a session recently. We lost 2 weeks ago. 3 people died. Last week, 2 people died, and like there's
People
probably-
die.
Yeah, 40k is like.
Yeah, in 40k, people die all the time.
I would not suggest 40k to new D&D players because like new
Avoid
players,
that.
yeah, they get attached to like their characters, and then the grizzly players like me show up and we're like, had a good time making this character,
Well,
and like theirs will die, and they're just like, but I liked him, and I'm like, welcome to the frozen hellscape. Like, just,
well, especially
no
if,
one cares.
in 40k, if you're a psyker, it's like, oh, I screwed up.
Oh,
on
yeah.
my, I screwed up on
Oh,
my
you're
one
dead.
roll.
That's
I rolled the 100. I'm instantly dead.
well, we haven't had that yet because I think that one you have
You have to roll like badly twice, I think.
yeah, you have to roll badly twice, 75 plus and 100. But we had a guy roll over 75 and then like in the 60s or something, and like Bloodletter, which is like this.
Yep.
It's a lower level follower of a god, and it shows up, runs across the room, and it does just enough move to get right here in his face, and he goes, "Well, I'm gonna die," and he tries to cast something at it, and it goes, and then its turn starts, and you have my character's like really well off, and I have 12 wounds, and the demon spawn just goes 30 damage, like after armor and health and toughness, like just 30 damage.
Ouch.
Like, yeah, just negative 20 health, you're dead.
And you are hamburger now.
Yeah, and that's 40k.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and so it's not good for first time players because if you like your characters.
Fifth edition, I'll tell you, is a little nicer. If you're starting out, it's a good
Yeah.
one to start off with. Because I feel like your characters are quick to make, you can really get developed, and
Yeah.
you can learn how to RP. And then you can stretch out and play some of these other things like Pathfinder, 40k.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd say Pathfinder's pretty.
Pathfinder's not bad.
Well, because we started on 3, and 3 took. You used to spend like an hour or 2 on your character.
yeah, I think so.
and
Yeah,
it was
fifth edition.
merciless.
Excuse me, goodness. In 5th edition, I can literally grab 4 character sheets and we can have one made in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy.
So yeah, I'd stick and Shadowrun. Shadowrun's pretty heavy.
I've never played Shadowrun.
Anything like you said, D&D 5th edition and maybe 3.5 and like Pathfinder. That's a good start. If you want to pick a world, like those rules can be adapted to other things, but they're
Yeah.
meant for like a medieval time period. So like for that's the world you want to start in. And then you can get into frozen hellscape of 40k where no one cares about you, and like you show up in a station and people just go missing, like we sold.
So it's like Detroit.
No, it's worse because we got a ship in our campaign recently that had people in cryopods, and we needed something on the station, and they were like, "It'll cost you 100 people," and we just took them out of the cryopod, and they're like coming out of stasis, clunk, throwing a barrel, wheel down, like, and we just gave them 100 people. We're like, because life doesn't mean anything in 40k. They're like, are you me? Then oh well, I'm sorry. Like you are now bartering.
What,
You
selling them
serve
into
the goddamn
slavery or something?
We didn't ask. We didn't know. They were just like, we will give you what you want if you give us 100 of those.
I'd have a hard time doing that because every time I'm a player, like as DM, I can look for different. Every time I'm a player, I always play good.
Well, this is also Black Crusade. Like you would play Rogue Trader, which is like you go out and hunt down the cults and like kill bad
Yeah,
guys.
Dark Heresy.
Yeah.
Whereas Dark Heresy, it's you can go either way with Dark Heresy. You can go good,
Well,
bad,
no.
whatever you want.
Black Crusade is it is evil. You are evil.
Okay.
There's no either way about it. And like you follow the dark gods and you do stuff like that. You have 100 people. I will sell them. Oh well.
Moral of this story, folks, is there's lots of different types of tabletop gaming you need to do.
Yeah.
And don't sell hundreds of people just because you can.
They're not real people.
Until next time, friends, don't roll too many
They're
ones.
imaginary people.